few other people. But I have a family function on Saturday too.
Yeah, Karen and I were going out of town for the weekend. So.
Yeah, my aunt's having she has a luau every year.
That's awesome.
And we're gonna be having some cocktails, just having a good time, lots of good food, all kinds of family there. So that should be a good time. But yeah, I'm doing that Saturday too. So, but I've got that all worked out. So
that's good. All right, so let's get into the game here. We already got a couple bands already. Sona, Shen, Xin Zhao, all solid bands. Especially after the last game, we saw Sona and Xin Zhao really do some work.
Yeah, Xin Zhao with that new passive, reducing armor, doing a really good job. A lot of damage.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Malphite's the end of the ban here. Did tweak him a little bit. I know, I believe it was last patch. Changing that ground slam a little bit, and I believe a couple other things, kind of bring him back down. But looks like he's still band worthy. So, and then Aurelia also getting the ban, probably because Plato's on the other team.
Yeah, I would assume.
Yeah. All right, and Zarya, they're finishing out our bands there.
Hold on just a second.
All right. So, looks like we got Alistair looking like to be first pick here. Solid first pick. I know we've talked about him quite a bit here on several of our casts. Very popular support or jungler. I know he's starting to get a little more popular in the jungle here. So,
yeah, I'll start banned last game, but I think a few targeted bans this game kind of pushing that out.
Oh yeah, yep. So,
And West Coast Carry picking up the Nunu. I don't know if that's support or mid. West Coast actually playing a lot of mid lately. He plays supports mid. That Sona last game worked out really well. I've seen him play Janna mid quite a bit.
Now, Nunu, I've seen actually Nunu go top quite a bit. A couple times. He can sustain really, really well with that consume, especially now that they've added an AP ratio to it. Just makes him in that top lane. He can stay for a really, really, really long time.
Yeah, that new consume, really powerful.
Oh yeah, and then the Visionary. So pretty much every 5 last hits, more free health. So, and then Nocturne also being shown for purple.
Yeah, Nunu is just really infuriating to lane against. He has seemingly infinite sustain, and actually quite a bit of burst damage with that ice ball.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I had Nunu in an ARAM recently, and that snowball, 1-to-1 AP ratio at late game, it can do a lot of ridiculous damage. So, looking to see that, because I'm pretty sure with those summoner spells, he will be going into some type of lane other than bottom. So.
Oh yeah. And top lane where it's pretty passive, if you play it right, you could pretty much never spend any mana with Visionary, especially now there's fewer auto attacks to gain that passive.
Mm-hmm.
Top lane is... we have seen some aggressive top lane matchups. Last game Lee Sin really aggressive on Swindles as Teemo, but top lane is kind of historically the most passive lane in the game.
Mm-hmm. So also, blue team here picking up Gragas and Graves. Lots been said about Graves. Great AD carry. I feel like he's one of the best ADs around. And then you also have Gragas looking like he might go top. He can also go mid. Another one of those guys with a really good sustain. He can reduce damage with the Drunken Rage. And really good poke with those barrels.
Yeah. And, I didn't know whether that Alistar was going bottom or jungle, but it looks like he's going to go into the jungle. An early game, that's just such a terror.
Oh, and if you tie that with Nautilus on your team, which has been locked in, so 2 really, really good CC champions here on the blue team.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see that. Actually, wow, it's kind of confusing. I think we might actually see Nautilus mid lane.
Wow.
Not quite sure. I think it's going to be Janna Graves bottom, but could it be Janna in mid?
Yeah, well, with all these summoners that are being shown, it's really, really hard to see, exactly which lane they will be going into. But But still, Janna, another really strong champion. She probably would fit better in the bottom lane. Will be able to help Graves out a lot more, especially with those shields. She has that twister, knocking people up. Really good CC, and she can speed and she can slow down other champions.
And the Misfortune pick. So I think what we're going to see here is Alistar in the jungle. I think we're going to see Gragas up top. Actually, 2 smites being shown for the blue team. Not sure what's going on here.
Huh? With those 2 champions, I don't know how well the double jungle will work. All I know is the ganks will be insane.
And yeah, Nautilus does switch off of that smite. So I think he is going to go mid, but I'm not sure. I think it could be Gragas mid. Maybe it's going to be Alistar in the jungle, Nautilus up top, Gragas in mid, Graves, Janna down bottom, and purple team. I think is pretty obvious. I think it's going to be Nocturne in the jungle, Nunu in mid, Darius up top, and Soraka, Tristana down bottom.
Yep, that looks like a solid lineup there. Purple team bringing out really good jungler with Nocturne. Able to his ganks really well, especially once he hits level 6. Can come almost at you out of anywhere. And then Paranoia really strong, reducing that vision. And Darius really strong top lane. So, okay, it looks like we're going to see Alistar mid lane. No, Alistar. Yeah, Alistar mid lane. I think. So, a couple unconventional mid lanes in this game. What you think, Timo?
Well, like I said, West Coast Carry has been playing a lot of those supports as AP mid lately. Yeah, Michael, I just got a message from Landova. Are you going to be able to do one after this?
Yeah, I'll do one after this.
All right. Then Landova will step in for me because I need to go take care of that stuff after this game, but I am happy to actually be able to do some games tonight. I at first thought I wasn't going to be able to do any.
Yeah, it seems like if things keep going the way they are, it'll be a different duo every time this night, every game this night.
Well,
so
this is why we've got the team.
Yep, that is true. That is true.
Back in the day when it was just you and me, man.
Oh man, that seems like so long ago.
We didn't have a safety net, but thank goodness that got a bunch of great casters that are able to step up and do a great job. Landova, I know I'm impressed with his team fight casting. It's I like to watch Landova. He's got really good team fight casting.
Oh yeah, we've casted. I know we did it quite a bit on one Wednesday. Was it last Wednesday? Wednesday before? I don't know which one it was. I know me and him pulled off a long, nice one. Our casting time. So, but we are on that 2-minute delay. So looking on paper, I think blue team definitely has a strong advantage here, mostly because you see names like Nautilus, you see Alistar and Janna, 3 just really, really strong.
I mean, look at all the
control.
CC on blue team.
Yeah.
Just so much from Nautilus. What you've got 4 sources from Nautilus, I think. You've got that the passive root, you've got the slow, you've got the pull, and you've got the knock up from his ultimate. Mm-hmm. And then you've got Gragas, who I think does he have a slow with the body slam?
Gragas, yes, it is a slow with the body slam. He has that knock around.
Body slam does slow, and the knock around, and then Graves actually has a slow. Alistar with the knock up and the displacement, and then Janna with a knock up, a slow, and a huge displacement. So really, man, blue team, if they can ride out the early game until team fights happen, and they can just really synergize all those ultimates, I just don't see that even with all the damage that purple team has, unless they build Quicksilver Sash and everybody build Merc Treads or something like that, unless something really goes wrong, I think blue team's going to be able to lock down purple team for quite a while. But you never know. People getting caught out of place, blue team may not be able to work together as well as they should be able to. May not be able to time those ultimates optimally. And purple team does have a really, really strong early game damage team too. I mean, look at that Darius. As soon as he hits 6, he can usually dominate most top laners. Soraka, Tristana down bottom is going to be a real tough lane to push against, even as Janna Graves. Nunu in mid against Gragas. with that blood boil, he's probably going to be able to sidestep those barrels and get a lot of harass in on Gragas. And, oh, wow, actually we saw the switch from Nautilus jungle to Alistar. So Alistar, I think, is going to be going top. So, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what's about to happen because the game is loading. We are going to that splash screen. So, yeah. But I really think Alistar's going to be going mid. I've done it a couple times on a Smurf. It's pretty fun. The insane burst you can get from that headbutt pulverize. And then just the passive trample. It actually does quite a bit of damage. And it's really good at pushing lanes.
Makes you reminiscent for the days of old where Rainman would just, build AP and go roaming Alistar.
Oh man, yeah, that's just one of the scariest
That was just
things.
true terror. Yeah.
I mean, that's like that phase that we went through with the roaming AP Scion. Put those boots of mobility, and he would go to lanes in half a second and
Oh yeah.
burst you down with.
And the scariest thing about that, was his shield was so huge. Once he got a good chunk of AP, that he would just tower dive and have no problem.
Oh yeah. I mean,
We just,
1-to-1. It was a 1-to-1, and they knocked it to 0.9. I know a lot of people were like, 0.1 nerf. That's not a nerf. It still does too much damage. But I mean, you just don't see him like you used to. So people learn.
But I mean,
you focus him. You focus down that shield, you lose half his damage. So.
But I mean, to be honest, I don't think it was enough of a nerf for people to stop playing AP Scion.
Oh no.
And I don't see why we don't see it anymore. But like I've said previously, I think it's just that once a champion gets a nerf, no matter how small it is, it's just a psychological thing. It just deters people from playing that champion as much. And I mean, I'm not really sure why, but some people just aren't willing to play a champion and main a champion and do the same things that they were before a small nerf, when I think we could all agree that AP Scion still works the same way. Mm-hmm. Just because he doesn't have a 0.1 ratio on those skills doesn't mean he's still not still a terror in mid. Because, I mean, he is.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, some early game items. Lots of boots being bought here. Nautilus starting off that jungle with the Cloth 5. Gragas taking that Doran's Ring. You got Graves and Alistar here with the boots 3. And then Janna taking that standard support build. Oof. And then even more boots over on the purple side here. 4 players going for that boots 3. And then the support taking off those Fairy Charm, Wards, and a pot. So lining up in this bush here, looks like they do want to do a little bit of invading. Kind of surprised they're invading on an Alistar and on a Nautilus. But Gragas definitely better watch out here. Ooh, lots of flashes being used here. Big Knight going down and first blood being drawn by Darius. Alistar and Nautilus and Graves starting to run now. Ping's going down as saying, hey, our blue buff. But curious to see how they'll react to this, Timo. Timo?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was just taking care of something real quick.
Sorry about that. Oh, yeah, there was an early invade.
That's all right.
And which did give Darius the first blood. So, really gutsy move here, invading in on the Nautilus and the Alistar.
Yeah, and looks like they're invading the blue as well. Blue team actually counter-invading that blue. Nocturne getting caught in a place here. Nice tornado from John. He's taking a lot of damage. Tristana rocket jumping in there, doing some damage to Verone. And now Nunu actually following, but he's getting caught between 4 members of the blue team. He is going to go down to Graves, actually.
Yep.
And so blue team picking up a kill of their own. Coming in, trying to invade on that blue. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to pick that up. Alistar teleporting back up top.
Oh.
And immediately getting a last hit as soon as he gets there. That's funny.
Oh, wow. I did not see Alistar take that teleport. So, yeah. And it looks like Nautilus is left without a leash on the jungle here. Soraka is helping out. Did help out Nocturne there. Yeah, the ping's going down for the help.
Darius. Oh, it looked like he was going to come in, but I think he was just warding. Yeah, that ward going down there. He's paying for some help with that blue buff. Gragas looks like he's going to be able to go over there and help him with it.
Yep, we'll get that leash off with the barrel. So Nautilus get a little behind on the jungle here. You know, he does have a notoriously slow jungle, but does make up for it in his ganks. So we'll be looking to see how well that works out for Nautilus and the blue team going into the future.
Yeah, in mid lane here, that's really what I'm going to be interested in, this mid lane Nunu.
Oh yeah, definitely going against Gragas. He did get the Doran's Ring in for that extra early mana sustain. Topple that with the Drunken Rage in his passive. He'll be definitely be in this lane for a while. So.
Yeah, and see Nunu able to sidestep those barrels. Surprised he hasn't just gone in and used those ice balls, but he does have that free spell. He may just be waiting for a good opportunity to do it.
Yep, and there it is.
And there it is. But taking even more damage from the Gragas barrel that he gets hit with on the way back. Nocturne getting really low. I think he tried to take those golems. Wasn't able to.
Oh, so yeah, he's going to go back, get that cloth armor, pick up some pots, and it looks like he's going to head back to the jungle. So bottom lane here, it looks like we got Graves sitting at 15 CS. We got Tristana sitting at 14. Doesn't look like too much damage has been dealt here. Graves jumping in with that buckshot, doing some damage on Tristana, forcing the jump, and that quick Soraka heal, trying to mitigate some of that damage there.
So yeah, Darius v. Alistar top lane is another matchup I'm interested in. We're seeing a lot of champions that you normally associate with being support played in lanes that are kind of carry lanes. Nice apprehend from Darius, doing quite a bit of damage to Alistar the Bleed, getting him as well. So even before 6, Darius pretty dominant in this lane.
Yep, Alistar forcing to use his last health pot here. Really low on mana, no source of mana regen. So, yeah, he definitely needs to watch out what he's doing. Darius, with that passive of his, able to do really a lot of deceptive damage. So that bleed just hurts you as you walk away. So here in the mid lane, you have Nunu sitting at 22 CS, Gragas 15. Looks like favors definitely a Nunu. He is making use of that passive really well. It looks like still has almost full mana, able to just. Looks like he's trying to get some harassing, but it's really hard to harass against Gragas.
Some harass going on Tristana down in the bottom lane. He goes in for that buckshot. Tristana returns favor with some harass of her own, but not quite enough. That armor from Graves' passive just really, really helping him out there in that exchange.
Yep, looks like Nautilus coming out of the jungle in the mid lane, forcing Nunu to blood boil and run. The dredge line does go out, but it will miss. Nice attempt by blue team here, trying to get some of them ganks off. But, yeah.
Despite the heals that Alistar is putting out top lane, at first I thought that was going to kind of mitigate some of the damage from Darius. But looks like Darius has just been able to keep chunking him down. Darius, with those boots pots, still able to do quite a bit of damage. He does have 79 AD right now. Looks like he's ruined for that. Picking up a heart of gold when he goes back too. So noticing that a lane against Alistar, even though he can probably push him around a little bit, Alistar with that ultimate might not be able to, might not be somebody that's going to be able to get an easy kill on. Might just choose to, just go that route where he just farms all day, gets even more gold from those GP10s, and then comes out of top lane, true terror, and just gets those double, triple kills in those early team fights.
Yeah, that's definitely viable. Getting that extra little bit of health, because Darius, that's one thing he does not have is a form of sustain. So adding a little bit more health will definitely help him out there with the added bonus of those gold for 5s. So yeah, good point. So it looks like bottom lane, Graves and Johnny here pushing pretty well. 45 CS for Graves, Tristana sitting at 32, a little bit behind, also getting about 4 bars of health here. Taking those heals from Soraka right now. So I think Graves is just waiting for that opportunity. He does put up that smoke screen harass, but yeah, bottom lane here, blue team doing a really nice job, putting on the pressure on purple.
Yeah, bot lane really, Janna can be played as a kill lane, but with Graves, with that Soraka that Tristana has, I just don't think it's a strong enough kill lane to break through the heals that Tristana has, so I think until a little bit later it's going to be pretty passive.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like Tristana getting a little caught out, forced to use that jump, but still Graves and Janna putting on some good damage, using up the rest of Soraka's mana here, so the heals will be quite limited from here on out until they go back.
Nautilus invading the purple team jungle. Looks like he may be coming in for a gank on Darius here in top lane.
Yeah,
Darius with few escapes and nice knockup. I think he might try to get the headbutt. He's on the wrong side, but nice headbutt back into the wall, and now Nautilus is up here. just level 4, but gets that root on Darius. And I don't think Alistar... Wow, nice dredge line, though. I didn't think he was going to have the CC, but an apprehend from Darius doing quite a bit of damage. And the bleed, they've got to be careful because Darius does have his ultimate, but he's getting pretty low as well, and I think they're going to choose back off. Meanwhile, down bottom, some backbanks going out since Nocturne is coming in for a gank. The Dustbringer goes out. The Fear Tether comes out on Janna. His team is not there to react, and so blue team, Janna and Graves going to get away from that.
Man, yeah, really, really hard there because, you know, Nocturne was in that lane, got a really nice Fear Tether.
Oh, and now, real quick top lane, Darius, Alistar trying to get away, pop that heal, but Darius with the bleed, just waiting for that damage to go down, then got one more Q.
Yep.
That Decimate, and then just went in for the ultimate for the instant kill, had quite a few bleed stacks on him.
Yeah, looks like that hurt quite a bit right there. But yeah, as I was mentioning about the bottom lane earlier, you know, really tough there that Tristana and Soraka were not able to capitalize on that fear on Janna. So look to see how this affects them in the future.
Yeah, well, I mean, it wasted a little bit of Nocturne's time, but it was good since he just came right in. The back pings went back, you know, down by blue, so it's not like he stood in that bush. He just came in for a gank and it failed, so he didn't, you know, waste too much time. I don't really think it's going to hurt either of them too much. But looking at some CS totals here, Graves sitting at 65, Tristana sitting at 55. I think they should be looking for a kill opportunity when they can get it, since she is behind, though.
Yep, yeah, Soraka did go back, so she did get that Philo Stone. It does help that mana regen and that health regen, picking up a couple more wards, because purple team does need it in the bottom lane. So, let's see some gold totals here. Graves sitting at 2,300 right now. Tristana sitting at 1,800. Exchange a little bit of blows here. Oh yeah, Tristana definitely needs to watch out, and she will jump away. But Graves, you know, able to buy that BF sword and then some. So look to this bottom lane in a couple minutes when they go back and buy. Looks like we got a gank mid, but Gragas instinctively using that body slam, getting out of the way of that nice tether. Oh, Dustbringer.
Some more action up top. Darius getting some damage down on Alistar. That apprehend goes out, some damage from the bleed. Not going to be enough to pick up a kill, but Alistar with that heal able to mitigate that. But he is stuck at tower now. Darius taking some tower shots, but also popping that potion.
Yeah, you notice Alistar picking up that Philo Stone. He does need that extra mana and health regen, especially going against this Darius harass. And
a mid lane, meanwhile, Nunu getting caught by the Nautilus ultimate. Nocturne now ulting in for a counter gank. Nunu trying to get away, but too much damage from that passive from Nautilus. Nocturne actually able to pick up the kill on Gragas. So 1-for-1 there in the mid.
Yeah, really nice reaction by Nocturne there to see that his mid lane was getting jumped on, and able to jump in there and able to pick up that kill with that red buff. Fortunately, it was a 1-for-1 trade, but giving Nocturne that extra kill does not hurt at all. So back to this bottom lane. Graves did go back, did the Berserker Greaves and the BF Sword. He has put some good damage. Got the Ignite off and the ultimate taking down Tristana. Really nice job by Graves there. Tristana underestimating the power of Graves.
And teleport coming in from blue. Soraka's going to be really careful here. The slow goes down from Janna. And now Gragas is here. The slow from the body slam and a nice ult from Janna. Pins her against the wall. Allows Graves to pick up that kill behind the tower with very little damage taken.
Yeah, really nice coordination there by blue. Calling in that, or getting that teleport in and just to it. I believe we missed something up top. I thought I saw Darius on a killing spree. But I don't know. Is that...
Yeah, I think he may have killed Nautilus when he came in for a gank.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they both look pretty low. You know, Darius does need to watch out. He is out of mana right now, so it's going to be kind of hard for him to get full potential out from his combos. But Alistar...
And with that Ruby Crystal, I think he's just going to be rushing that Frozen Mallet. Yeah, it was that Nautilus that came in for a gank, and Darius just picking up that kill on him with the ultimate.
Wow. Yeah, getting that Frozen Mallet, you know, Darius, you know, he thrives on keeping people close to you. Having that Frozen Mallet and that Apprehend, two great tools in keeping you where you want them, your enemies. So, yeah.
Old coming out of Gragas in mid, but pushing Nunu the wrong way, I think, a little bit early. But Nautilus coming in for a gank now. Nunu does have that area warded. I think you may have caught him on the left side of that ward going up towards Wraith Camp, but...
Yeah, one thing to note, that Consume with the 1-to-1 AP ratio, healing himself for about 335. Look for that to get stronger as it goes on. He only has rank 3 in that, so it will get higher up, and he will go pick up that blue buff from Nocturne.
Alright, just a second here. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like we got Nunu chasing down Gragas here. With that new blue buff, able to harass really well. Can cast more of those spells. Can be a little more aggressive. He does need to watch out for these Nautilus ganks, though. Nautilus, in fact, camping right outside of this bush right here for the mid lane. Just waiting on Nunu to overextend. And there goes the ultimate to Dredge line, knocking up Nunu. He does miss the Dredge line, but yeah, he's going to return and fight on that. Gragas trying to do a little bit of damage also, but it looks like not much will be had from this gank in the mid, and it'll take Nautilus to go back and come to drain. So, a couple CS totals in the top lane. Alistar sitting at 65, Darius 102, 3-0. Alistar trying to do his best to harass, but it's really hard. 2,000 HP right now on Darius. So it's going to take quite a bit of time to do that. Back pings going on the bottom lane. Nocturne sitting on the bottom. He doesn't appear to know. He does get jumping on the Graves. Does now finally throw out that fear tether. The flash coming out.
Oh,
to dodge
nice
it.
tornado from Chana.
Yeah, then,
Knocking him back, kind of putting Nix on that gank.
Yep, and that flash, Tristana trying to get in there, do some damage, but she has kind of put some damage on Graves. Does need to watch out for Graves with that Ignite. He doesn't be able to, he really doesn't take down Tristana. Nocturne coming back in, trying to get that kill, but Janna using a nice ultimate there, healing herself up for a little bit, and Graves as well, and keeping Graves alive there.
Yeah, to be honest, oh wow, and Darius picking up another kill on Alistar up top, getting really low due to some tower damage. But down bottom, I kind of thought the armor on Tristana from Soraka's heal would be enough to keep her alive, but the burst damage from Graves' ultimate, as well as the tankiness that he gets from his own passive, was able to kind of come out on top there.
Yeah, oh, it looks like we got some action mid. Somebody going low. Nautilus here, getting a little low, I guess, trying to gank Nunu here. As I mentioned earlier, with that blue buff, able to get off those consumes, it's going to be really hard to push him out of his lane.
Yeah, I think that's really the main thing, kind of keeping Gragas on the ground here, keeping him unable to get kills against this Nunu in mid, just with all that sustained from the consume, and doing some damage to his own, helping out with his ultimate when ganks come in. But Graves is 4-0, and with the team fight that Blue has, they need to be really careful, because once Graves gets to that area where, he has that infinity edge, and he has a lot of damage to output in the team fight, that lockdown could really allow him to pick up a few kills. And Gragas ulting in mid now, but not doing much damage to Nunu at all, and Nunu following up with some auto attacks with that Blood Boil and an Ice Ball to do just about as much damage back to Gragas. Looking at some creep totals here, oh wow.
Yeah, a little bit of action going on mid. But
yeah, Gragas was actually able to pick up that kill on Nunu with help from his jungler. Or actually, I think with help from Graves. Well, looking at some creep totals here, Nunu sitting at 134, Gragas at 92. Actually getting out CS by Gragas in mid here by about 42. Up top, Alistar at 75, and Darius at 121. Darius with that hard gold. He's got the Phage now working towards that frozen mallet, and he does have that Vamp Scepter for a little bit of sustain.
Yeah, in the bottom lane, Graves sitting at 118, Tristana 98. Graves 3 parts to that Infinity Edge. Tristana, just with that BF sword, look like she's going to go for the Bloodthirster first. So look to see what else these champions will be building.
So Alistar arriving back up top now. Darius pushing on that tower a little bit. Actually pushing behind it. Just showing no fear against this Alistar. That headbutt out of tower range, actually. And the Pulverize knocks him up, takes some damage from that tower, but I think at this point it's a fear factor with Alistar, just knowing that Darius has his ultimate up.
Yeah, in the bottom lane, though, four members of the blue team chasing down. Does pick up the kill on Soraka and Tristana to jump and try to run away. Blue trying to put those numbers. It looks like a teleport going down by Gragas.
Yeah, but Gragas, knowing that he can't really pick up as many kills in mid lane against Nunu, kind of choosing to roam a little bit, and that's really helping him out. Able to pick up even more kills against that bottom lane, helping Graves succeed even more. He's now 5-0-1. And let's look at his goal total here. Is going to be able to pick up that Infinity Edge when he goes back.
Looks like blue team trying
easily.
to the dragon.
Blue team is slain.
And they do take it. And Nocturne ulting in on Nautilus. No mana now. He's trying to get away. Nunu ulting in that bush, but I don't think he's going to catch anybody. But Nautilus actually dredge-lining right into that. So the Empire actually getting the best of Nautilus there. A lot of damage on that. Alistar coming in. A nice headbutt pulverized combo. Getting Nunu really low. But Nunu healing with that consume. Actually, Soraka helping him out there. And Tristana able to pick up a kill on John. And now Graves getting chased, flashing over the wall. But the bleed from Darius is too much, and he's going to fall with that.
Yeah, it looks like Alistair and Gragas trying to chase down this Nunu here. Nunu putting on that Blood Bowl using the exhaust to escape. Darius, Tristana, and Soraka all chasing him down. Focus is going to be on Gragas from this Darius. Does put out a couple of good bleed stacks, but and then Alistair getting hit by the remaining three members. Darius tanking his power like a man. Does Tristana picking up the kill on the Alistair, and Nunu picking up the kill for the ace, unofficial ace on Gragas there, taking that tower down in the process.
Darius, even though he didn't have his ultimate there, able to put out a lot of damage with that Decimate, and even more with the bleed. He just, made 2-3 people bleed out at the same time. They were taking that passive DOT, and then the rest of Purple Team was just able to get in there and clean up.
Yeah, and it looks like a couple items bought here. Darius picking up that Bloodthirster as a second item, adding more damage, making that bleed even stronger. Graves also now getting that Infinity Edge with that Zeal. So two really strong items there. Is it me or is this game going really slow? Did I hit something? I did hit something. My bad.
And I mean, that's really what you need to do against this blue team with so much crowd control, is you need to isolate one or two people, take them down, and then just continue while you have the upper hand. Because, the more members of blue team you take down, you get a lot of damage from Darius, you get a lot of damage from Nunu, actually, and some damage from Tristana as well. You're able to get in there and pick up those kills while they have reduced crowd control, which is really what they need. Keep blue team from fighting as 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Because blue team is starting to get, well, they're actually a little, wait, I'm sorry, I missed it. So the blue team, yeah, they do need to fight together. Purple is starting to get a little bit of an advantage here as we start moving on to goal 2.
Nautilus coming out in mid, nice ult from Janna and from Gragas, knocking Nunu back into blue team, but Nunu ulting now.
Oh, that dredge line just missing, but that
getting
nice
knocked
headbutt.
Away from that Janna ultimate.
Yeah, but that headbutt over the wall and the flash going on, the ice ball slowing him so much. Nunu getting away with less than 30 HP here, but now Tristana taking the brunt. That tornado coming up the heel by Soraka trying to save, but that dredge line going in, and Graves picking up the kill there. Really nice job. But it looks like Darius now a little out of position as they blue turns the focus on Darius.
And using that ultimate, not able to pick up a kill on Janna. Now getting knocked up by a tornado from Janna. He's getting really low, but the heal from Soraka saves him. Nocturne actually able to pick up a kill on Janna, but Graves able to pick up another kill. So Graves now 7-1-2. 8-1-2 here. So really what's going on here is Purple Team just getting caught out of place by Blue Team as 4 or 5. And like I said, just so much crowd control, you just can't escape it. No matter how much damage you have, they're just going to lock you down and just make you unable to do it. And then Graves is just going to clean up. I mean, he's already got that Infinity Edge, has a Zeal. Probably working on the Bloodthirster now.
Yeah, he came so close to getting an ultimate or a double kill with that collateral damage on the Darius, and I believe one other. I don't remember who the other one was, but that Soraka wish at the right time able to save them there. But yeah, you're right. All this crowd control that Blue is bringing, they're finally using it. They're chaining it really well, and just locking down key members off the Purple team.
Gragas going to pick up this blue buff.
Yeah, it looks that way. He does put in that Drunken Rage. Trying to continue to beat down that blue, and he will take up that blue, go back and buy. Gragas with 945. Might be trying to finish, he does not have quite enough to get that decap yet. But Soraka being picked up by that ward. as she tries to place a ward herself. So we got a battle of the supports here, you know, just throwing out some damage between each other, but Soraka able to just heal it all and move back into the lane jungle.
And so Darius up top trying to get a little bit of harass on Alistar, but blue team, another teleport from Gragas in kind of puts the next on Darius trying to do anything there. Gragas actually doing a really good job teleporting in at the right time, helping out his team, and ultimately allowing Graves to get fed. I think some of those teleports really helping out the bottom lane.
Yeah, I mean, Graves also now picking up that Phantom Dancer, and it looks like Nunu caught a little out here. That ultimate coming out by Nautilus, knocking him up, and Alistar doing some damage. Tether coming out by Nocturne, but the ultimate from Alistar should be able to just knock that away, and I think they are just going to disengage here. Meanwhile, I believe Graves, it looked like, picked up a kill. Timo?
Hold on, I'm checking chats real quick.
Oh, that's cool. It looked like, I believe, yeah, Graves did pick up a kill on Tristana, it looks like, while all that was going down. It looks like even more action. Looks like Purple trying to push down this mid lane a little bit, while no one from the blue team is able to defend it. But Nunu needs to watch out here. Nautilus getting a couple autos on, starts putting on some of the damage. Nunu using that Blood Boil to try to run away, getting a couple hits. But
and Nunu with that Lich Bane doing quite a bit of damage. I mean, just like that Stone in the last game. I mean, West Coast carry, those mid lane support champions just builds the AP, builds the Lich Bane, and is able to put out a lot of damage as well as a lot of utility.
Yeah, you know, and with Nunu, you know, you do need to have somewhat of a tankier AP build because you need to get in people's faces, you know, to maximize out your ultimate or maximize just those Lich Bane procs being able to get in your face and get off the hits. But
Darius with that Phage slowing down Alistar, but now getting caught between Janna and Alistar. Gragas coming in now, nice ult, knocking Darius back, doing a lot of damage. Darius really trying to choose who to focus here, chooses Janna, but in the middle of that ultimate, Graves coming in with the buckshot and bursting him down, but Purple Team is able to pick up the Dragon in the middle of that exchange.
So yeah, Darius for Dragon, you know, the gold is still in Purple's favor. You know, they have 35.2k. Looks like we got a Baron attempt going down by Blue. And then,
Purple Pain's going out. Nocturne and Tristana reacting, but Nunu, it doesn't look like he's going to be there in time. He doesn't have a teleport or anything, and now members of Purple Team, that knockup from Nautilus going down on Nocturne, a lot of damage, and they did pick up Baron, but they may just turn around and try to do it. But I don't think so. That may have just been what they needed. I mean, they just got the bait from Baron and picked up a couple kills there.
Yeah, and that Dredge line just barely missing. That Soraka there would have made for another kill. You know, Graves 11-1 right now. Sitting on, let's see here, 18k. So able to almost finish that out. Looks like, yeah, Nunu forced the flash here, trying to use that Blood Boil to run away. Yeah, and another
Dredge line just misses Soraka.
Just missing that Soraka, but yeah. I mean, that was a good attempt by Blue to be able to do that Baron there. You know, Graves really strong right now. With that quick draw, able to almost do 2 attacks per second. And so it's really putting some damage down on Baron. So I don't fault Blue for doing that there.
Like I said, Purple Team's got a lot of people who do damage. You know, Darius putting out a lot of damage. Nunu actually doing a lot of damage right now. Nocturne with the passive Umber Blade's actually able to do a bunch of damage. Tristana not doing bad herself. But the lockdown from Blue Team and the Graves, who just puts out so much damage right now. I mean, Blue Team can pretty much lock everybody down and make it a shooting gallery for Graves.
I like how you put that. That's pretty fun. But looks like we got a little bit of harass going on. But Darius, if you're on to Alistar, Janna coming to help him out there. But it looks like Darius is going to try to move in on the Janna. But so much CC from this Alistar and the Janna that it's making it really hard for Darius to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, even though Alistar and Janna don't really have too much damage output right now, they're just locking him down, just keeping him from doing anything. A nice ultimate from Gragas doing actually quite a bit of damage to Tristana there.
Yep, and Nautilus coming up, just missing that Dredge line, but puts out the depth charge onto Darius. It looks like Darius trying to flash over that wall, and he will just get that flash off. Nunu definitely needs to watch out where he's going now. He's about to run into some members here.
Oh, and Nocturne ulting in on that bottom tower, but Graves and Alistar present, and Graves just doing so much damage, the collateral damage, and the heal from Soraka just not nearly enough.
Yeah,
Graves is just so out of control right now.
Yeah, in that Baron River, you have Darius just picking up that kill on Gragas right now, focusing onto John and X, throwing out that tornado, trying to make them dodge as much as possible. But Nunu with that blood boil, it making the chase even easier. Apprehend, about to be up for Darius, and it looks like he might try to use it here. He does use it, pulls her in, and he will gain a team for the kill there. Really nice pursuit by Purple there.
Meanwhile, Graves and Alistar looks like they are going to be able to push this inhibitor down. Only Soraka is there, and if she sticks around too long, after they finish this inhibitor, she's just going to go down. There's a lot of CC from Alistar there. And yeah, Graves and Alistar are just going to take that inhibitor and choose to go back and help out the members of their team up at top. Nice dredge line from Nautilus up at top. Nunu actually taking a lot of damage from that tower Tristana now as well. So Purple Team not able to reciprocate as well as they would like to up top and take down that tower and inhibitor as well.
Yeah, having Graves, be able to take that inhibitor, Purple tried to reciprocate with their own, but I don't know if I don't know what's really, I guess the Nautilus just there really pursuing.
Nautilus getting caught near the blue team's blue buff, and Gragas picks up the kill with a barrel. Yeah, there's just so much lockdown, even from two members of the blue team.
It's really tough, but yeah, we got all five members of blue team attempting to do Baron again. It is not warded by the purple team. They did see, I think, Nautilus place that ward, so they do kind of know what's up. But two big damage dealers, Tristana and Darius, on the bottom lane at the Dragon Pit, trying to get to this Baron. I think this might be Blue's Baron.
It might be, unless Nocturne can ult in there and steal it, but I think it's not going to happen. Blue team is going to pick up that Baron, and now some members of the purple team are very, very close being caught. Jana is just so fast. If she gets a tornado down, Gragas may be able to ult, but it looks like blue team is going to choose to push as a team. And like I said early game, blue team sticks as a team, times those ultimates, and times their CC correctly. No matter how much damage purple team's got, it doesn't matter. Because you've got one really, really great damage dealer on your team. I mean, Gragas is putting out a lot of damage as well. But you've got one really, really great damage dealer on your team in Graves. And if you can just keep... if every other member of the team can just, play that Protect the Graves strat, at this point, he's 12-1-3. He's got the holy trinity of AD carries. That Infinity Edge, Phantom Dancer, Bloodthirster, and there goes initiation from Alistar, the Headbutt Pulverized combo, and the Fear Tether coming down from Nocturne, but some lockdown from Nautilus going out on Darius. He's getting really, really pushed out, and now he's getting chased. Nocturne ulting in on Graves, but Graves turning around doing so much damage with auto attacks. He's going to pick up the kill on Nocturne, turn around, pick up the kill on Nunu as well for a double, and now maybe pick up the kill for a triple on Jana, on Soraka, and actually Jana picking up that kill.
Yeah, Tristana definitely needs to watch out now. Nautilus, getting some of the things on Tristana, trying to jump, does get that ultimate off to push back the team, but they're in hot pursuit here. Looks like one of the Nexus towers is about to fall.
They may just push to win here.
Yep. Oh, they will pick up the kill. Jana getting another kill here. But
and
yeah,
Graves present, this is going to be the game.
Oh yeah.
And
so much CC
man,
by Blue.
I think one thing to notice out of that last team fight, did you see how much Darius got knocked around? Anything that he tried to do just got shut down immediately, and then he got pushed completely out of the team fight.
Yeah.
And so really the main, what they were relying on to take down Graves, Darius, and the damage and that ultimate and the armor that he's got and slowing him